Verse.
Powers of 10 are pretty cool. They're actually pretty powerful if you know what I'm saying. But what is a power of 10? In math, a power of 10 is any integer power of the number 10. Basically 10 multiplied by itself a certain number of times. Any number of times. For example, 10 to the power of 1 is just 10. 10 squared is 100. 10 cubed is 1000. You get the idea. Powers of 10 help us compare the relative size of things.
That's pretty basic.
Here, n represents any number you want. It's called the order of magnitude. A positive order of magnitude will make x bigger, while a negative number will make x smaller. The effect of adding one extra zero to the beginning or end of any number may seem irrelevant. But what happens if we take these numbers to the extremes? What might these
How does that
numbers
sound
represent?
irrelevant? The heck? That doesn't sound irrelevant.
Believe it or
That's
not,
quite a fucking
powers
big
of 10
deal.
actually put our universe into perspective quite nicely. Let's start with the really small powers of 10. At 10 to the negative 35 meters, we come to what is known as the Planck length. Planck length is the smallest measurable distance in the entire universe. Much like at the center of a
Interesting.
black hole, at a scale this tiny, the laws of physics break down and cease to be valid. The amount of time it takes a photon of light to travel one Planck length is known as the Planck time, and is equal to 10 to the negative 43 seconds. Meaning that this is the
I
shortest
did not know
measurable
that.
time possible.
That's cool.
Any time shorter than this physically has no meaning at all. This is why, at the moment, scientists can only say that the universe came into being after it was already 10 to the negative 43 seconds old. Getting larger at 10 to the negative 18 meters, we reach quarks. These are the subatomic particles that compose protons and neutrons. 10 to the negative 7 meters, we reach the smallest forms
Yeah,
of
but
life,
it's still like
single-celled organisms.
I'd still say
At
like
1/10,
one digit
we'll
change
find
is
things
still
that you
like
can see,
significant.
like eggs, birds, and toilet paper. At 1 meter, we have everyday life, humans, dogs. Blue whales come in at a solid 30 meters. Next, we come across the meaning of life, or 42, whatever you decide. At 270 meters, we reach the length of the Titanic. Triple that, and we get the population of Vatican City, the smallest country
That's
in the
cool.
world. It's kind of funny because Central Park in New York City is actually 4 kilometers long, and is 8 times larger than Vatican City, which is the entire country. Clocking in at 11,000 meters is Phobos, Mars' largest moon. Fun fact, one day it's going to crash into Mars, so if we're going to colonize it, we should probably find a way to deal with it. With an order of magnitude of 5, we have Hydra, one of Pluto's moons.
Yeah, we
Even
should
though it's a
probably do
moon,
that.
It's only 100 kilometers across. The state of West Virginia in the United States is actually 4 times as large. There's also about 10 to the 5 hairs on the average human head. At 2,300 kilometers in diameter, we have everyone's favorite planet, Pluto. Oh, wait.
Pluto.
Anyway, moving on. With an order of magnitude of 7, we have
I like the
at
oh wait
12,700
moment.
kilometers, at a diameter of
Not
200
getting into that
kilometers, we have
debate.
Proxima Centauri, the closest star to our sun. It's also home to Proxima b, an exoplanet with features much like Earth. If there were to be a manned mission to any other star system's planets, Proxima b would probably be the first choice. With an order of magnitude of 9,
Demoted
the sun
Pluto,
clocks in at
but
about
perhaps.
1.4 million kilometers wide. It accounts for more than 99.8% of the mass in our solar system. At 10 powers of 10, we come across the orbits of Mercury, Venus, and Earth, ranging from 36 billion kilometers from the sun all the way to 93 million kilometers. Although these orbits seem pretty big, they're dwarfed by one of the most luminous stars in the sky, the Pistol Star. At 470 million kilometers wide, it radiates as much energy in 20 seconds as our sun does in one whole year.
Holy
The Pistol Star
moly.
is nothing when compared to the largest star ever discovered, UY Scuti. It is over 2 billion kilometers wide, and if it were to replace our sun, it would completely swallow the planets of Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. At 26 billion kilometers, we
That's
reach what is known as a light
insane.
day. It is exactly how far light travels in 24 hours. This distance is currently farther than any human or space probe has
I like
ever
that. A
traveled.
light day.
At 10 to the 14 meters away from Earth, our solar system appears only as a small point of light in the sky, just like every other star that we see in the night sky. 10 to the 15 meters, we
That's
have the Cat's Eye
cool,
Nebula,
thinking
one of the
about
most
it.
complex nebulae ever discovered. The entire nebula is nearly half a light year in diameter. At 2 light years away from Earth, we reach the Oort cloud, a region of space filled with water and methane ice. At this far distance, the sun's gravity no longer has an effect on objects past this point. Other stars are stronger. At 10 to the 17 meters, we have a familiar sight, the Pillars of Creation. Each pillar is over 5 light years long. That's about 48 trillion kilometers each. Everyone has seen these before.
That's
However,
insane.
they won't last forever. They're actually already gone. The pillars of creation are located at about 7,000 light years from Earth, but about 6,000 years ago, they were destroyed by a nearby supernova, meaning that in 1,000 years, they'll fade away from our view and disappear into the darkness of space. Skipping forward to 10 to the 21 meters away from Earth, we can finally see the Milky Way galaxy in its entirety. Every star in the night sky that you can see lies within our galaxy. However, at 10 to the 22 meters, we reach the distance to our nearest neighboring galaxy.
When you think about
Andromeda.
things that are
We
lovely,
can
you know,
actually
like,
see Andromeda in the night sky with a simple
like
pair of
how
binoculars or a
insignificant
normal
our
telescope.
issues are in
10 to the 23 meters,
existence.
we reach what is known as the local group. Its name
And
pretty much tells you
struggle.
what it is. It's the local group of galaxies that are near the Milky Way. We're actually the second largest just behind Andromeda. The local group is a part of the
Here thought I was old.
galaxies just like the local group, except much larger. Our cluster contains about 1,500 galaxies and is over 15 million light years long. At 10 to the 24 meters away
15
from Earth, we
million.
come across the anomaly known as the Great Attractor. See, objects with a lot of mass have a stronger gravitational pull. That's why
I
planets
see.
have moons and you don't.
That's why everyone's
They're a lot
like,
more
it's
massive than you are.
average.
However, the Great Attractor is a bit different. It's pulling clusters of galaxies towards it, but we can't observe or see what it is. It's an object with a mass tens of thousands of times larger than the Milky Way's, but we don't even know what it is. At 10 billion light years from Earth, we come across the largest known object in the universe, the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall. It's a bit of a mouthful, but rightfully so. Why? Because it physically should not exist. It is 10 billion light years long,
I don't know
7
about this
billion light
one.
years wide, and nearly 1 billion light years deep. This means that light would take 10 billion years to cross the entire wall only once. To put it into perspective, the universe is only 13.8 billion years old. In the time that Earth has been a planet, about 4.5 billion years, the light that has left the one end of the Great Wall hasn't even made it halfway to the other side yet. The structure is so big,
Jesus
it breaks laws of
Christ.
physics. There is something in the world of science known as the cosmological principle. To put it
I did
simply,
not
it
know
says,
about that
no
wall.
matter where you are in the universe, if you look in any direction, you should see an even distribution of matter. This, in turn, creates a limit for the sizes of objects. It's about 1.2 billion light years, meaning that this structure is 8 times the supposed limit of the largest object possible. And at 10 to the 27 meters away from Earth, we reach the outer limits of the observable universe. This is as far as we can go and most likely will ever be able to. And thus, our journey ends.
Pretty.
Just 27 steps ago, we were back at Earth, back at life as we know it. But the most amazing thing to me is that we traveled to the outer limits of our universe as we know it, reaching the largest structures known in the entire universe. And it only took us 27 steps. 27 orders of magnitude. But in order to travel to the tiniest limits known to man, at the Planck length, we have to take 35 steps backwards from the human level. This means that we are 8 orders of magnitude, or about 100 million times larger compared to the smallest thing there is, than the universe is compared to us.
That's an interesting way to think
And
about
that,
it.
I find, is the most interesting thing of them all.
Hmm.
This
I
video
like
was
that
made possible
conclusion.
by Brilliant.org. Whether you're a novice or a PhD student, Brilliant has tons of online courses that can help even the smartest of people learn new and challenging ideas. Brilliant lets you learn at
That
your
was
own
a
speed, so you
flashbang.
don't have to work at a snail's pace. The best thing is they get right to
Ah!
it, so you don't waste any of your time.
Flashback.
You can learn about some of the most challenging topics and ideas and end up with a solid understanding in as little as 30 minutes.
It's gonna
If
come
you'd like to
again.
learn more about the world of math
Probably.
and science and support the channel
Oh,
at
it
the same
didn't.
time,
Whew.
head over to brilliant.org/aperture and start learning today. The first 200 people to go to that link will earn 20% off of a premium subscription.
Honestly, like, it was a really cool video. Interesting way to think about things, and I learned about some stuff that I didn't know about. I like that. So, that's crazy. The order of magnitude. That's a cool application that I didn't think to, like, use in that way. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you!